Within 2 minutes, it went from a calm 8-mile-an-hour breeze to 80 miles an hour straight across.
It was a similar scene across the river valley today. Damage to buildings and power lines as storms ravaged the area. Scenes like this one in Russellville were common. This tree crashed through the kitchen and living room of this house.
The wind was blowing and the sirens went off, and I stepped out on the porch and I heard the tree crack, and my wife was in the kitchen when it happened, and all of a sudden I seen that right there starting to crack, and it just made a big boom noise.
The story wasn't much better in Dardanelle, where downed trees and power lines were a major issue. Rudy Salinas had this tree fall in his yard.
When it brought these trees down, it just brought everything down in slow motion because it was such a gradual progression of wind, and then when it finally hit, it started throwing things around.
Carathy Donahue walked outside to find this power pole down in her front yard. She tells us what she saw.
We had straight line winds. That bush right there, or that big bush, it literally pretty much cut it in half.
Those same straight line winds wreaked havoc in other parts of Dardanelle as well.
Okay, this is the First Baptist Church here in Dardanelle, and you can see that obviously straight line winds here knocked this tree over. The extent of the damage not really that well known, but this is really the story across Dardanelle. Reports of trees down. Once again, as we mentioned, power outages, but you can see the sheer power and the force of the winds that came through here just earlier today.
But Dardanelle wasn't the only place in Yell County that received damage. These pictures coming from the Plainview and Rover area show the scope and ferocity of the winds that came through today. While this storm system has passed, the chance for precipitation comes back during the weekend, making potential cleanup even more difficult. Drew Brent for the Local Rundown.